humanity's in danger.
Despite the fact that it's less than 24 hours to go until a new season of Doctor Who airs on BBC One, once again, the rumour mill just keeps on turning. If you're on either Doctor Who Instagram or Doctor Who Twitter, or even Facebook, you will undoubtedly have seen by now the new comments made by Russell T Davies about the future of the show.
Sometimes there might be a pause, and during that pause, the viewers of Newsround Now will grow up a few years and start writing stories, and they'll bring it back.
It's also just been announced this morning that NCUTI GATWA has a new job that may stop him from being the Doctor. It's also basically confirmed we're not getting a Christmas special this year, and everyone, and I mean every Doctor Who fan, the amount of people who have DM'd me going, "Have you seen this clip? The show's over." But look, I want to take a measured and calm approach, because I think people may be being a little bit too hasty with the comments made by Russell T Davies, and just the future of the show in general. I'm as tired as you guys are of discussing this topic, because I feel like every couple of weeks, someone asks Russell about it, Russell makes a comment, and the internet blows up and goes, "Show's over." But we'll delve into all of that in a moment. First, we'll take a look at some pretty fun and positive news. We have a new guest star announcement for the upcoming season. It's just been confirmed this morning that Graham Norton will be playing Graham Norton in Doctor Who. This man has wormed his way into Doctor Who. He forced his way by accident into the 2005 first episode. His little animated character thing popped up over the big Matt Smith speech in Time of Angels. Also, apologies if you can hear building work happening in the background. I literally cannot make it any quieter, and I've been waiting to film this video for about 2 hours, and they've been doing this non-stop all morning. I thought I'd caught them on their lunch break, but alas, maybe you can't even hear it. Maybe it's really faint. If you put headphones in, you'll probably hear it in the distance. But he's actually in the show now, so hopefully he'll stop berating Doctor Who and its fans on his talk show. But seriously, no, this is a good fun addition. Graham Norton is a fantastic presenter, and I don't know, this episode is shaping up to be incredibly interesting. If you've got Graham Norton, Rylan, and God knows who else. Russell has mentioned, I said it in a video from 2 days ago, but Russell has said that this episode will redefine everything about a Doctor Who episode, and it'll take some big plot twists and swings. So what on earth that exactly means, I have no idea, but maybe it's like the walls of fiction and reality breaking down, because the fact that we've got Rylan playing Rylan, Graham Norton playing Graham Norton, it's certainly going to be an interesting thing to see, because you don't often get characters playing themselves in Doctor Who. In fact, is this the first time it's ever properly happened? There's all these theories about the reality war and the finale being this big reveal that the Doctor becomes aware that they're in a TV show, and it's a whole false reality. I might make a video on that theory. But as ever with a casting announcement, we have a quote from Russell T Davies saying, "There's no song contest without the great man himself. And it was an honour to welcome Graham Norton to our studios in Cardiff. And it's not just a cameo, he has a whole plot twist all to himself." See, this is what I mean by what my comments a moment ago. Perhaps this big reveal that the Doctor's in a TV show is going to come from someone like Graham Norton breaking the fourth wall. Like, if Mrs. Flood's there as well, I'm intrigued. Maybe they're going really meta with this. Russell says, "This is the wildest episode of all, and we're so lucky to have Graham adding to the mayhem." Yeah, I'm excited. That's Saturday the 17th of May that episode will air. So we've still got quite a few weeks to go. But I tell you what I'm not excited for. The imminent cancellation of Doctor Who. That would actually be quite a good episode title. Russell, you can have it. If you're tuned into any form of Doctor Who social media, you'll have seen the headlines, thumbnails, everything everywhere. The show's cancelled. But why exactly are people saying this? Well, first up, we know that there's at least going to be a bit of a hiatus if NCUTI GATWA doesn't regenerate at the end of the next season. And by next season, I mean current season, the season that starts tomorrow. Because, thanks to BBC News, we know that Ncuti Gatwa has been cast as playwright Christopher Marlowe. Doctor Who star Ncuti Gatwa has been cast in a new play as Elizabethan playwright Christopher Marlowe, the Royal Shakespeare Company has announced. Born with Teeth will explore the relationship between her, etc, etc, etc. The important point here is that this play will run for 11 weeks, starting on the 13th of August. Doctor Who takes 8 months to film, and then many, many more months of post-production. And the fact that Disney haven't recommissioned a 3rd season yet, but may do during or after season 2, we know that if Ncuti stays on, it's not gonna start being filmed till at least, end of August time. Then add 8 months and then however many months of post-production, you're looking at over a year from that point till the series is even broadcastable. Which realistically, with the way TV's made and how long it'll take to get a commission, could be 2 years from now. So point being, if Ncuti Gatwa is staying on in the role, and Disney does commission a 3rd season, then there's at least a delay of 1.5 years best case scenario. Possibly longer, I think more realistically 2 years. Maybe they'll commission another double-backed series, so we'll have 2 years of series, 2 years off, 2 years of series, then we'll see where the future of the show goes from there. But that's not a good sign. And I think what's more likely, though, is, obviously there's been rumours, we've covered them on the channel, but I think Ncuti Gatwa has probably left the role of the Doctor, which is a shame. And I really don't know what that'll do to the show, because this was supposed to be the big new international launch of Doctor Who, and the lead star has gone after 2 seasons. But then again, that happened in 2005, and it was only after 1 season. That was the big relaunch of Doctor Who. Christopher Eccleston left, but David Tennant came in and secured the show's popularity. So who knows, maybe we're going to get another David Tennant situation, or maybe that's incredibly optimistic thinking. I think, unless we do have a new Doctor, I think we're not going to get a Christmas special this year, which is also a huge shame. That's one of my favourite things that this new era has ushered in, is being excited to watch Doctor Who with my family on Christmas Day. That's gone. But in a more general sense, okay, this could be hiatus, this could be a new Doctor on the horizon, why are people saying that Russell has confirmed the show's cancellation? Rather than out of context clips on Twitter, let's actually take a look at the source. BBC Newsround, which is quite funny because it's the BBC who have confirmed Doctor Who's cancellation, which they haven't actually done. I just want to make that clear. I don't think this means... I don't really think this is any new information, but there's a specific quote from Russell. Let's just skip to it.
Ncuti Gatwa is back as the Doctor for a brand new series and work...
So, for context, those of you who don't know, BBC Newsround is like BBC News for kids, basically. So there's this journalist talking to a bunch of the actors at the Doctor Who premiere about the future of the show. So they play this fun little game where kids have drawn pictures and the cast and crew have to guess what the pictures are of. But the important part is here.
Very quickly, Series 3. Anyone know anything? Series 3?
I don't know.
I'm asking.
I love immediately Ncuti's just like, I don't know, do you? He's just flipping it back on him. He's like, look man, you know we can't talk about this. But I don't know, I think my guess, this isn't based on leaks or anything, my personal guess is sadly that Ncuti may have left the show. I wouldn't be surprised if they filmed, because they did a bunch of reshoots, I think they might have an ending where he goes off and regenerates. They haven't cast the 16th Doctor yet, but that's going to happen. Or an ending where he could stay on. But I think the nail in the coffin is that he's playing that role in the theatre, because they're going to want to start shooting basically as soon as they get the commission, I'd imagine. So how that's going to work, I don't know. Obviously people have wondered whether they'd bring back David Tennant for a couple of episodes, because obviously if Ncuti can't film for a while, bring back David Tennant, boost the viewership up a little. But I think that's a very temporary cause to a problem. Like, it's like... what's that advert that the guy used to tape a boat back together? It's like repairing your boat with masking tape. The hole is still there, and it's not going to be long before water comes rushing back in. I'm great at analogies, but we'll let this clip continue.
You guys, you should know more than me.
I don't know anything. I kind of know.
Right, now, this is the part. Before we listen to what Russell says here, sure, it doesn't sound great, but let's just look at the fact that we haven't actually seen what question Russell has been asked, okay? He could have been asked anything. We're assuming it's the same question as Ncuti and Varada, but if we're being real, it could have been, what are your thoughts on the future of the show, like after your tenure, something along those lines. A very similar quote was said in an episode of Doctor Who Confidential back in 2009, but it's an answer to a different question. It doesn't mean cancellation, but let's just stop waffling and listen to what Russell said.
I kind of know that the Doctor's reached the status like Robin Hood. Sometimes there might be a pause, and during that pause, the viewers of News Round Now will grow up a few years and start writing stories, and they'll bring it back. So
I think they're just pausing it. Sorry to keep pausing. But initially, the fact that he's talking about a pause, I think that implies, contrary to what I just said, maybe they know that Ncuti's not going to be available for a while, and it's going to be a Colin Baker hiatus situation where the show's put on pause for 2 years and then it comes back.
I have absolute faith that will survive, because I'm living proof of it. And that's what happens to good ideas. No good idea ever dies.
See, I don't know, I am in two minds, because it also does, he is sounding very like that's what you say when the show's been cancelled and you're trying to assure the fandom not to go into a complete meltdown and panic. Like, he's effectively going, sure, the show may be cancelled now, but don't worry, someone will bring it back. Which I hope's the case. And I don't know, I think it's the future of Doctor Who is such a 50-50 at the moment. But I do agree with him in the fact that I don't think it'll ever die. Like, look at the wilderness years. There were all the novels, there were all the things. Like, there's so many people that love Doctor Who. Like, myself included. I studied television at university because of Doctor Who. And there's hundreds of talented people out there, and indefinitely someone will want to bring this show back. I mean, I completely understand why. It's brilliant. But as for right now, I don't know. My personal take on this is that nothing has really changed. I think it was decided a couple of months ago, Ncuti Gatwa is probably going to leave the role at the end of this season. Disney may or may not commission it. If Disney don't commission it, I think Russell and the BBC will still power through. Maybe they'll reduce it to doing like a couple of episodes a year or a couple of specials a year. Maybe it will be a similar sort of thing to like Tales of the TARDIS, where they get a Doctor and companion from the past to come and do like 3 mini adventures like the 60th, just to keep it ticking over until maybe they make another deal with a different streaming service. There's so many infinite possibilities. I think the main thing to do is not panic. And now I am aware that when you say don't panic, people panic. But don't panic. We've got a whole new season of Doctor Who coming out, well, episode 1 of a whole new season coming out tomorrow. That's exciting. Let's just take it as it is. We'll see where the show goes. I'm optimistic. Doctor Who won't die, and if it does, shut up. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, as ever, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. My review for The Robot Revolution will be dropping tomorrow, directly after the episode. The second episode of our new podcast will also be dropping. If you haven't checked out the first, please go and do so. It introduces you to the whole team. Our Doctor Who fan film's still on the horizon. My short film, Therefore I Am, has also just come out, and I also want to say thank you so much to everybody who's watched it. The comments and response to that video, despite it getting less views than my average video, have been so positive and so nice. It's a short sci-fi film. If you love Doctor Who and robots, you'll love that film. But genuinely, I really appreciate all the support. You can check me out on Patreon if you'd like. There's also a Doctor ranking video. I've got loads of stuff coming on this channel at the moment, so please check it out. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye!
Don't forget to click below and subscribe to the official Confused Adipose YouTube channel.
I will destroy you!
She's not seen a single episode.
No, I've watched your episodes.
Keep these sonic screwdrivers.
What else am I saying about the film? Don't watch this one.